How your thoughts shape the love you attract. Manifesting love begins with the principle that what you consistently think, feel, and believe influences the energy and choices you bring into relationships. It's not about magically controlling another person. It's about becoming emotionally aligned with the kind of love you want to experience. Your inner world becomes the filter through which you interpret others, the tone you bring into conversations, and the choices you make when it comes to giving, receiving, or protecting your heart. When you choose thoughts rooted in worthiness, when you practice feelings that align with openness instead of fear, and when you believe you're deserving of healthy love, you naturally show up differently. You communicate with more honesty. You set boundaries with more confidence. You recognize red flags sooner and green flags more clearly. You stop chasing what drains you and start attracting what matches you. Manifestation isn't magic, it's alignment. It's the slow, steady work of becoming someone who treats love not as a scarcity to cling to, but as something you can meet with clarity, intention, and self-respect. Yes, here are some core principles behind manifesting love. These principles behind manifesting love really do help you grow from the inside out. First, become what you seek. If you want honesty, peace, loyalty, and affection, you also cultivate those qualities within yourself. Healthy love is often attracted to emotional stability, confidence, kindness, and self-respect. Healthy love is naturally drawn to emotional stability, confidence, kindness, and self-respect, not because you're performing them, but because they've become part of who you are. When you embody the qualities you seek, you stop chasing love and start attracting what aligns with your inner world. Next, your beliefs shape your relationships. Many people unconsciously repeat patterns because of beliefs, like, I'm not lovable. Love always ends badly. People always leave. Manifesting love involves replacing limiting beliefs with healthier ones. I deserve genuine love. Healthy relationships are possible for me. I can give and receive love freely. Next, focus on the feeling, not desperation, okay? Desperation pushes people away because it creates pressure and fear. When you cling, chase, or overthink, the energy becomes heavy, and love can't breathe in heaviness. Instead of obsessing over who will love you, focus on building the feeling of love, peace, gratitude, and emotional fulfillment in your own life first. When you feel whole, you stop reaching from emptiness and start connecting from abundance. People are naturally drawn to someone who is calm, grounded, and emotionally secure. When you cultivate that within yourself, love doesn't have to be chased. It arrives, aligns, and stays. Next, clarity matters. Being clear about the kind of relationship you want is one of the most powerful things you can do, not just for attracting love, but for protecting your peace and honoring your worth. The kind of relationship you want, such as emotionally safe, supportive, faithful, growth-oriented, spiritually aligned. The clearer your standards, the less likely you are to settle for unhealthy connections. Next, alignment, which requires action. Manifesting is not only visualization. You also act in ways that support the life you want. Healing emotionally, communicating honestly, meeting new people, setting boundaries, leaving toxic dynamics. Manifesting isn't just visualization, it's alignment. And alignment requires action. You can't just picture the love you want. You have to live in a way that matches it. If you want a relationship built on peace, honesty, loyalty, and emotional safety, your daily choices have to reflect those qualities. If you want a partner who communicates clearly, you practice clear communication. If you want someone emotionally stable, you work on regulating your own emotions. If you want deep love, you create depth within yourself. Manifestation becomes real when your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors all point in the same direction. That's when you stop hoping for love to find you and start becoming someone love naturally gravitates toward. Next follows self-love, which is foundational. Self-love is foundational because it shapes the way you allow others to treat you, the standards you hold, and the energy you bring into every connection. When you value yourself, You stop settling for relationships that drain you. When you respect yourself, you naturally set boundaries. When you nurture your own peace, you stop confusing chaos with passion. People often chase love, hoping it will complete them. But lasting relationships work better when two whole people choose each other, not when one person depends on the other to feel worthy. Self-love isn't about perfection, it's about emotional stability, self-respect, and knowing your worth. It's the root that every healthy relationship grows from. Next, let go of control. You cannot force a specific person to love you, choose you, or show up the way you want. Real love includes free will. It's something people step into willingly, not something you pull out of someone through pressure, fear, or attachment. When you try to control outcomes, you create resistance. When you release control, you create space. Instead of trying to bend someone's heart toward you, focus on becoming someone who naturally attracts the kind of love you desire, through your peace, your self-respect, your emotional stability, and your openness. Love flows where it feels free, not where it feels forced. Manifestation works best when you stay open to the right connection, rather than clinging to one outcome. When you cling to one outcome or one person, you close yourself off to the connections that are actually meant for you. Manifestation works best when you stay open to timing, open to possibilities, open to the person who can meet you with the same energy you're ready to give. When you release attachment and trust the process, you stop chasing love and start allowing it. You stop gripping and you start receiving. You stop narrowing your world to one possibility, and you let the right connection find its way to you naturally. Openness is not passivity, it's emotional alignment. It's choosing peace over pressure, trust over fear, and self-worth over desperation. Openness is not passivity, it's emotional alignment. It's choosing peace over pressure, trust over fear, and self-worth over desperation. A simple manifestation mindset could be, I am worthy of healthy, mutual, and genuine love. I attract relationships that bring peace, growth, trust, and joy. When you repeat this mindset, you're not just saying pretty words, you're reshaping your internal landscape. You're teaching your nervous system what safety feels like. You're reminding your heart what it deserves. You're aligning your actions with the kind of love you want to receive. This mindset works because it shifts you from seeking love externally to embodying love internally. And when you embody it, you stop chasing people who can't meet you. You stop settling for half-effort or emotional confusion. You naturally gravitate toward relationships that feel reciprocal, steady, and nourishing. You become more intentional about who you allow into your emotional space. You attract partners who recognize your worth because you're already living it. Manifestation isn't about forcing love, it's about becoming the version of yourself who can hold it, protect it, and grow with it. This affirmation is the beginning of that alignment. When you live by these principles, love stops being something you search for, becomes something you radiate. Love tends to grow where there is emotional openness, self-awareness, authenticity, and patience. In the end, manifestation is simple. You embody the love you seek. You trust the timing. You stay open to what's meant for you. And you let love flow freely, never forced. That's where real, healthy, lasting love begins.